Okay, everything should be good here. Alright. So I'm gonna be doing some VOD review for a Silver 1 player. From what I could see, his profile is sadly locked, so I couldn't see much further. But this is a Magneto player who says he struggles with aim primarily, and when fights get hectic, he doesn't know what he's generally supposed to be doing. Right? This is one of the games that I was sent where he claims he played better. Right? He sent me a game where he lost, where it looked like just a team stomp, team diff, where like nothing much matters, and the same opposite thing. Right? So this is the only match that went 3-2, 18 minutes. I'm gonna assume there's some overtime stuff, so there should be some hectic fights here, right? First things first is we're gonna look at team comps, right? I'm just gonna, scan. Luckily, his team, as we can see here, for the most part, it was kind of the same stuff. And then the enemies, we had some like different stuff, different DPS, different supports. So we're gonna be looking at that throughout the game. One thing that we know is that he had team up with Gambit throughout the game. And in general, right, we're seeing a little bit of a low damage output. Considering the Mag team up does a lot of damage, 24k is kind of on the low side, especially with both DPS putting out 40k. That means there was enough poke going on where Mag should be outputting a little bit more. We can also see currently, right, that the enemy team doesn't have that much damage. So damage block being a little bit on the lower side is completely fine, especially considering we had somebody going also tank DPS and stuff like that. But he was tanking the entire time, so he should so for example, this Hela had the most damage pretty much in the lobby next to the Moon Knight. Played Groot, played Emma, right? But also was close in that damage tanked, which to me, just off of the stats, this is just off of the stats, indicates the Mag was not taking as much space and probably not getting as much value. That's first of all, right? Secondly, we can see triple support here, or like being attempted, but mainly 2 supports and not much poke, which again, Mag is not the greatest into. Or Mag is actually great into poke, my bad, but like this team comp, Mag kind of doesn't provide much. So let's see how he navigates a team comp where Mag doesn't really do much, and how he gets value into it, and where he can improve. So aim is an aim thing, that's practice, but we can see that type of stuff where we can improve the aim. Like, are you overshooting? Should you lower your sensitivity? Are you in general just lacking the mechanical skill with other abilities, with panning? There's also a lot of stuff about aim comes down to game sense. So like you gotta recognize when somebody is in range, how they're moving, and how much you can confirm damage in there. The accuracy is 49%. This purely depends on how he plays Magneto. So if he's just like non-stop shooting Magneto the way I love to do it, and you're shooting walls and stuff like that, your accuracy is going to get lower, but then the damage output needs to kind of follow that. Or this is a lot of misses, because with Magneto, getting 60-70% if you're just focusing on shooting people is going to be easy, because he has splash damage on his primary fire, which means that he's going to get more accuracy, more value by just like shooting in the vicinity of the supports and stuff like that. So let's jump into the game. Slowly but surely here. This is a gold-silver lobby. He's a silver 1 player, which means there's no bans here. So we're going to fast forward a little bit closer to the start of the match. We're starting off on defense here. We have Twinkie Tim being AFK, sadly. Let's go over to Durdles over here. Right, so his team comp currently, we have 2 tanks, 2 supports, 2 DPS. One of the DPS is going to be a little bit less useful because it's in a more productive team up, right? So that's normal. Moon Knight is going to be shoot down main, poke type of character. You as Mag in this team comp, let's say you have the Groot instead of the Emma, you are going to be the one that's dictating the pace. Because you can protect yourself, you can protect the Groot, you can take space, you can go back in space. So you want to be playing the off tank here, while your Groot is the main tank. See, this thing here, there's no reason for you not to use the team up when you have it here for Gambit. They're going to funnel through the fucking staircase, which means you get free damage off, which is great for you. You're a Magneto player, you like free damage, you like to build your ult as quickly as possible. So there's no reason not to immediately pop your team up here, right? The shooting game stuff here looks completely fine. See, this second right click does kind of nothing, but like increase the cooldown of the recharge of your big right click, which does more damage and pushes people back, securing another primary fire shot. You're reloading at 3. Okay, this is something I really like here. Like this type of maneuver is something I really like for mag players, and a lot of different tanks as well that have range. Just shoot the backline. Look at this poke on the backline, creating some pressure. Again, using the right click unnecessarily on the Bucky. See, if this Bucky was paying attention to you, he could have pulled you in very deeply, and you could have probably died here easily, right? Because let's look at your supports. Your support is on the off angle, so if you got pushed back here, you're not going to get healed. The other support is at the same angle, right? And you would have been blocked by the enemy tanks, especially the Strange Shield. He could have easily... Bucky could have pulled you in here because you were at a bad position. Mostly your team being in a bad position, but you got to be on the same position as your team. He could have pulled you in here, and you would have most likely died here. Or taken a lot of poke, put your team at a disadvantage, let the Captain America dive in the backline and stuff like that. So, one issue with this choke point here is you can play it 2 ways. You can stand on the left side or go on the right side. Your team chose to fight on the right side, which means your supports are on the right side, which means you need to be on the same side as your supports. You covering the left side of this choke, it makes it harder for your supports to heal you, makes it harder for you to retreat to your supports to get healed. So your positioning here is a little bit of an issue. But again, as I said, I like poking the backline. This is another thing. You are spread out from your other tank, which means you can't prevent this Bucky pull. Groot could have prevented it with his own shield, with the Iron Wall shield. But again, you as the off tank in this scenario, meaning the Groot is the main tank, he's doing the main pushing. You're there to support, to peel, to do that type of stuff. It's your job to see a Bucky hook, position yourself in front of your team, shield at the moment he's going to pull, or bubble yourself and block it. So they don't pull it. Same thing goes when you're playing Strange, when you're playing Emma, when you're playing Groot in this scenario. But as a mag, it's the easiest way to do it. You just pop the shield, bubble yourself. It's instant, right? Also, you still haven't used your team up. It's been almost 20 seconds, and your team up is on a 30-second cooldown. So you're not utilizing the damage. Let's speed this up. Like normal speed. Your bubble, this is good. That kill was kind of you just shooting down main and getting a kill because of the Bucky positioning. His heals not being really that well executed because I believe the Groot did really nice walls here after he got pulled in. Yeah, see? And then Moon Knight does a lot of damage. Yeah, so you basically just got it off the Moon Knight and their support's probably like freeloading, slow heals and stuff like that. So like that kill wasn't you, but you got it, which is good. You secured it. You still haven't used your team up, which is not that great. Nice. So this is a little bit slow in tracking. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm looking at your point of view, right? So let me slow this down a little bit. Right. So you shoot her, you miss. This is a fine miss. But the thing that you're making a mistake here is, why are you backing away, right? This is a thing that I see with a lot of tank players. They don't know how to dictate aggression, right? So the way you're going to be dictating aggression as a tank, this is a really important thing, which is why you missed here and why you missed the kill, potentially, right? I can let it play and see, but it's irrelevant, right? So you know for a fact their Bucky is dead, right? You know for a fact their other DPS is 1 HP because you just pushed her in. You know for a fact you are full HP. You know for a fact your Groot is full of HP. You know your Groot is zoning like half of the team, and they're focused on him, which means you, as the other tank, dictate where the fight is going to happen next. You're not backing up as you're shooting, you're moving forward as you're shooting, which makes it much easier to hit targets because you have a bullet. You don't have a hit scan, which means there's travel time, especially in mag where you can kind of lead your shots a little bit. You can move the camera as you're shooting, and it's not going to shoot where you started the button press, but where, you know, a little bit after. There's some delay there. So you put yourself in a position here where you yourself are making the cover between you and the scroll girl, which makes it harder for you to go in here. You hear the jump animation, right? And look how long it takes for you to look up at the scroll girl after you heard the the jump animation, right? So this is where you can shot her in the air. You right-click nothing. Luckily, your Moon Knight gets the kill. You're using your right-click too much. Your right-click doesn't have the splash damage that I mentioned for Magneto's primary fire. So your Magneto can primary fire and just get splash damage kills. You can shoot at the ground here and kill with your primary fire, but not with your right-click. So that's a little bit of a mistake, and this is where you're tracking. So now, because you didn't take space at the correct time, you're in a position here to get zoned out by both of their tanks and poked out a lot, forcing your supports to walk forward, right? Luckily, both of their DPS are dead, so your positioning here isn't as detrimental to your team. But again, you bubble yourself here at 590 HP, right? This does nothing besides get your right-click up quicker, and you're retreating here instead of pushing forward with this extra HP you have. Like, look at this. Their cap is sitting at 200 HP. They have 2 supports and a Strange who's sitting at also half HP, 400 HP, right? And look at your team. Everybody is basically full HP, not getting poked, can't get poked. So why are you bubbling yourself and backing up? Right? See, your team is benefiting from them playing poorly, but you're making bad decisions where you're not making yourself have value. Like, look at your other teammates and look at your ult charge. It's been a minute and a half since the start of the game. You haven't used your team up at all, so you're losing out on damage there. You haven't pushed advantages. Like, you have an even bigger advantage now. Walk at their supports. That's the lifeline of the team. The more you can stagger supports, the more value you're getting as a player, right? So ignore the Strange, walk past the Strange, and then shoot at the Cloak and Dagger. Pressure her cooldowns. Make sure that when their Bucky comes back, you have an advantage to keep pushing, right? This way, what you can do, for example, I'm going to go a little bit back, right? So, this is a kill that happens. Your Moon Knight shoots and kills her. You bubble nothing, right? Their cap runs at you. Here what you do. I'm watching this. Right. So you do nothing, right? The thing you can do here, which is amazing, right? Something that players don't understand is blocking heals. That concept is a little bit more advanced than like this type of level, but that alone can push you into like diamond level of play simply by zoning the healing of the enemy. People have like not been utilizing this tech in like majority of levels before Emma Frost came out, because she kind of leaves her shield hanging and people realize that you can't heal through that shield. But the same thing functions when you have a mag shield or a Strange shield. You just walk behind them and shield. So if we roll this back, she dies. You hold position here without bubbling yourself. Captain America dies. You're still holding position. You're moving forward the way your Groot is. The next thing you do is you shoot to the left side. You stand forward, shoot to the left side, shoot it at either Cloak and Dagger or Mantis, push them back. Once you do that, you put the shield in front of them so they don't heal the Strange, and then your team can fresh and kill the Strange. One Groot wall and one shot from your DPS, the Strange is dead. You have staggered both of their tanks. Once their DPS are coming back, you already have pressure on the heals. Your entire team can walk forward, and then you have your bubbles that you didn't use for nothing. You can then start walking back and conceding space and then building ult charge and stuff like that. So that's a little tech that like you can definitely utilize moving forward. See, this is another mistake that I was saying. Don't shoot a tank. Only reason you can shoot a tank is if there's pressure from your other DPS and the kill is kind of secure, or you're trying to farm ult charge. You're not trying to farm ult charge, right? You're at 28%. You've been doing that poorly. You're not using your team up to charge your ult charge. The supports are in clear line of sight of you. Poke them. That right click you keep using, you're relatively decent at aiming it. Look at that Cloak and Dagger. One right click, one primary fire, and a Groot shooting her, she dies instantly. You finally look at the supports. Okay. Again, this right click, you need to get out of the Sabbath. Only use it when you're full or when it's finishing off a kill. Just spamming it just reduces your damage. Again, use the team up, please. See, why are you backing away when you see your Groot's in some sort of little bit of trouble? Walk up, create pressure with him. You know that the enemy DPS are coming back now. Make sure that your Groot can retreat safely.
They got behind you.
You are under my protection.
Yeah. So this bubble is useless. Now, when there's poke happening on your backline or any other dive in the next 13, 15 seconds, you're not going to have that bubble. But if you were there with the Groot, you wouldn't have needed the bubble because your presence creates pressure. Because they can't fight both tanks. It's just the healers, you know? So just shoot at the heals, and then as your Groot's coming back, you call it out, you ping it, you just slowly back up and keep it in line of sight. Don't go behind cover unless you're getting shot at for no reason. Let me speed this up a little bit. Nice shot. Don't overcommit on the Iron Man. Good. This is good. Overall, this is good. The reason why I'm saying don't overcommit on it, when he's beaming, you look how much damage and poke you've been taking. You're also not looking at the other DPS being the Squirrel Girl. She can shoot at you and kind of burst you kind of quickly. And again, the position that I was telling you about, you're again positioned in a way where look how easy it is for Captain America or for any flanker to just go at your supports, both of them, because of their positioning. The way you're kind of diagonally positioning here, there's like opening here, right? So there's no real cover you're kind of taking. You're kind of just fighting around nothing. So you go in on the cover on the left side and letting yourself take so much poke, you can't play the cover, right? Which is why, in general, people should be positioning, and people do position, on the other side of this choke point, because there's two openings versus one opening and stuff like that. But this is why I'm saying don't focus too much on aerial targets while you're getting steamed at, right? And hold the position of the choke of the cover where your supports are so you can alleviate the pressure. Because if you start falling back now, due to this pressure, you're going to go outside of the line of sight of the supports and die. And you still haven't corrected that position. Your bubble usage has been really bad. You're bubbling nothing when it's unnecessary. So this is another scenario where you could have pressured a little bit more with the Groot walls to block up the heals from the Strange. You could have died. They support ulted, so it doesn't matter. Your point of retreat here shouldn't be on the left. It should be straight on the right, shielding the poke from everybody as they're walking in and slowly backing up. Letting your Groot take more damage afterwards, bubbling him, and then resetting with your team until your support gets an ultimate. Let's see how you play this. Nice. That was the first bubble that you used correctly. That's the first time you used your team up. It took you about, what is it, like a minute and a half to use that first team up. And honestly, good play. You basically did what I was saying. You repositioned yourself here, shielded, and then started finally using the team up to shoot. You switched to the easier target. You're focusing the support. In general, this is a good play. This has overall been the highlight of your gameplay so far. Aim, better than before. Bubble usage, the best so far. Maybe a little bit slower reaction time than ideal, but this is silver gold, so it doesn't really matter. It's in general slower. But so far, the most hectic thing that's happened, you've reacted the best at it. So let's see how the match keeps going. Good aim, good plays. This has overall been the best thing you've done so far.
Wait, that tree was real?
See, this... Okay, so this is a specific point where I can say, okay, this is how you can improve your aim. Let me go. Can I go a little bit before? Like this. Okay. Slow it down. Okay. So look at this. You're looking at the Iron Man. You're shooting your right click, then moving it to aim. Instead of aiming first. He's clearly beaming. He's not moving. Right. He's super easy to hit. Just wait for a second for them to be at your crosshair. Of course, move with it as quickly as you can. Once you see them, then press the button, then lead. Don't press button, then fully lead, right? When you haven't even aimed at them. This could have been a super easy kill for you, super easy pickup, and super easy aim. So that's the little thing that can make your aim that much better. don't just press buttons. Try to find your target, assume their positioning where they're going, and then shoot. Especially when with Iron Man beaming like this, he's such a nice, easy stationary target. So find your target, aim, shoot as they're moving, lead it a little bit, and then you're gonna hit it every single time. See, this is the same thing happening with your other shots. You basically missed everything there because you're doing. Look how panicked you are here. Right click misses. You're shooting where you think he is, right? So as I said, he has splash damage. Back up a little bit. Do that like ideal max range Magneto stuff, where you get the splash damage. Shoot where he's going to be roughly. You get the free splash damage. You get the free kill.
Ooh, found me someone to fight. I'm opening a portal.
I don't know if you heard that, but if you did hear that, I think you guys did hear that. Back up to position. Well, I don't know why you're doing this. See, this is a big mistake from you, and I believe this is going to be the reason you lose this fight. When a teleport happens like that, there's two things you can do. Thing number one, if you have a stun or CC in line of vision of the strange portaling, you try and execute that to prevent it from happening. That's number one. Number two, immediately go to the best position to protect your supports and protect the thing that you're guarding, the point, the convoy, whatever, right? What you do here is dilly-dally in this corner, choke, after hearing it, after your team clearly called it out and started backing up, to do one miss on the Iron Man, and then realize, oh, they portaled, and then start backing up. And then look how much damage you've taken, because one, you're not with your supports. Two, you're like he survived earlier, but your gambit was really low initially here from this poke. Look at this. Because you're not holding positioning, you're not near him, you can't bubble him. If this Krogo had better aim, if this Doctor Strange looked to him, your support's dead. It forces your Cloak and Dagger ult, which potentially, because you're not there, you maybe don't have your bubble, can have the Iron Man ult him and kill him, and stuff like that. And, like, it can just happen so quickly that, like, all of these little things can lead to failure, right? Luckily, those didn't happen, but that's luck. And we don't want to play around with luck, especially as tanks. You want to mitigate luck-based stuff. So back here, immediately, you run back to point, protect your healers, right? Position yourself in front of them on the point where you can easily protect the most logical choke points where they can come from, right? With a TP. And then immediately bubble the supports, save the shield the strange portal, they reposition, and then you can continue fighting and having an easy time. So what you end up having here is, look how much poke you're taking. Look how long it takes you to bubble. You shield at the very end, and you're dead. There you go. That's a positioning thing. So let's see how the rest of the fight happens from, let's say, your Groot's point of view, who's actually in the correct position.
Maximum pulse.
And this is what I said what happened. There's, like, see, I'm kind of predicting this stuff because these mistakes lead to mistakes. And these little mistakes is why you're losing games and why you can't climb, where you feel like you're doing poorly. Your positioning meant you were going to die, which meant your supports are unprotected, which meant Iron gets a few ults. And then you don't have a support ult, they have a support ult, and pretty much you fall over. Also, I know you have a mag ult here, but you're the first one to respawn. Switch to Strange and TP. You might get another fight off of it. You might get another chance to hold. You would have enough time here to portal to the point. It's much more valuable to hold him for another 30 seconds than have that Magneto that you're not going to lose for another 30 seconds that you can also get by just poking and doing another fight. When you go to Strange, Strange gets his ult really, really quickly, especially in a comp like this where you can brawl their tanks a lot. So 100% instantly TP whenever you get the chance. When you die first like that in a team fight, always instantly switch to TP when you know the big team fight is happening. It's going to save you so many games you have no clue. Just having that another person on the field, and if anybody else dies near you, like time-wise, immediately back to the point. It's really big. Never be scared to do this. That's an unfortunate world. See, for example, if you TP'd instantly, right? That Namor gets that ult, they react so slowly, and maybe you pick up the kill on Cloak and Dagger and Iron Man, and then you maybe keep winning the fight. I'm gonna fast forward this a little bit. So, this point is kind of rough because it's really bad for defense. It's really good for offense. The first point's really good for defense. So the reason why is because the convoy, the cart is really, really close to the spawn every single time. They get a lot of value out of this auto walk at the first part. So you're kind of holding nothing here. Potentially, this could be bad or good. It's kind of hard to determine. Judging off of the ults that you should know happen, you're the only one with the ult on your team, which is usually used defensively. So you don't really have much driving force to be holding this deep. So you should probably back up, let the thing fully auto push, get into a position where you can start poking and getting other ult charges quickly. So basically, I would, if I was Mag, I would stand a little bit back here and then just make sure my Groot doesn't die. Just make sure I'm in a good enough position to bubble the Groot and shield him where he needs to retreat because he's building his ult charge right now. Because you shooting, unless you're getting kills here, is just detrimental to your team because you're just building their support ult charge because you're fully ulted.
We need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
See, this is fine. There's kill potential. You're like super over pushed here. This is nothing. Again, the right click stuff. Shooting nothing. Now this is where you pop your team up and just rain pressure on them as your Groot's building his ult charge. There we go. Finally. This is fine. This is fine. Keep pressure. Just keep in mind. Mag, poke tank. Strange, brawl tank. You don't want to be in Strange's face. You want to push a little bit back, like I was saying a little bit before. You're the off tank. Always know what your role is. Are you the main tank? Are you the off tank? If you're an off tank, like you are with Groot, like you are with Emma, I don't think you're an off tank with many others, but you can, for example, be an off tank to a Thor. Off tank means tank that needs to hold zones, needs to support other people, needs to hold positions, stuff like that. When you're solo tanking on Mag, you're the main tank. You're the one who's pushing forward and holding position. When you're playing with Strange, you're the one who's going up and going back, you know, resetting each other's health pools and using that as a shared resource. Like, for example, he gets a lot of poke, he falls back, you go forward. You take a lot of poke, you switch up. That's kind of the play with those two. So in this position, you never want to be ahead of your Groot because you have more range than Groot. You want to protect the Groots. You want to be able to go in and go out behind the Groot when he takes a lot of poke, but you want to in general, let him drive the pace of the fight and let him drive the space. Here, this Squirrel should be dead, 100%. So let's see what happens. Nice, good job. Nice. Again, the strike like does nothing. Focus on aim, like slow down. Don't focus on the kill. Don't see red. Slow down and just slowly poke. You can don't just hold the button. You can just you can just take a little bit of a break between your shots just to aim better. It's completely fine. Don't overthink it. Because I know aim you said was a big issue. So this is just a thing. You can just easily do this. Just hold up a little bit. Shoot. Don't just hold it. Don't just overthink it. Don't just see red and just go, I gotta kill him. You're already creating a lot of pressure. You know what you can also do here? You can see the Cloak and Dagger is focusing on healing. Shoot her. She's closer. She's easier to hit. She's slowly walking away from you. Just shoot her. It's completely fine. See, this is where you hard reset for no reason. I know this movement speed boost makes it even harder, looking even harder, but keep applying that pressure. Block some heals. Use the shield. And this here is kind of an iffy situation because you are correct because you are going to get a kill here on the Strange, on the Magneto, right? And then, but potentially it's better to secure the kill on the other support than risk not having it. But your other team is kind of doing it. So this is a rough decision. I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's correct. It's just like, it just happens, you know, in the heat of the moment. But again, good aim. See, this is where you could have blocked the healing of him. This is fine. Now you want to back up. Okay, so this is another thing that I see a lot of people make mistakes with. The cart is right there, right? It's right next to you. So if you keep positioning on the opposite side of the cart of your other tank, you're making your support split their focus, which means it's much easier to break down the hold. If you're on the same side as your tanks, on the right side here, you're sharing the damage pool, you're mitigating a lot more, and then you're also still getting that poke. And then you are making sure, in order for them to walk, they gotta walk around, leaving the backline, or go through the choke, leaving you to poke them much easier. So this is playing around the cart, which is kind of bad in my opinion, because look, there's like 3 people in front of you as a Magneto. That's not really good. The only one that should be ahead of you is the other tanker and divers. You don't have divers, so. And this is your team just dumping ults stupidly, but another moon. It's fine. The grid was stupid. And now you feel like confident to walk up. You're shielding nothing. That's just like 2 melees from a Strange and a Terror Cloak. Stop spamming that goddamn right click, I beg of you.
Undefeatable!
Magneto!
Okay, so the way you want to block the Magneto ult, right? As another Magneto, there's 2 things you want to think about. Number 1, who's the most priority focused target he's going to go for? That means a support in the open without cooldowns, like your Cloak and Dagger, that could not have maybe Terror Tape or whatever, Fade. Or a DPS who's isolated or whatever the mag is, you know, looking. But number 1 priority, supports. First thing you want to do is you want to look at your supports. There's time. Magneto ult has 2 things, right? If you're continuously shooting it, you're going to charge it quickly. The entire team is. But if you don't, it takes time for it to get to 75%, or like maybe 80 now, before it can one-shot a support with a direct hit, right? Without getting shot at. So, you have enough time to turn around, look which support you're closer to, bubble the other one, and then wait a little bit, then put your shield up. Your shield has enough time when you wait like half of mag ult, you put, I don't know the actual numbers, but like you could calculate it, doesn't really matter. I go off a feel, you'll get the feel down as well. You start backing up immediately, bubbling the support you can't shield, and then just waiting a little bit until like half mag ult, pop your shield up. You can hold him the entire time. He's going to hit the shield every single time. Your issue here was space. Like I was saying before, spacing. You had 3 people in front of you, so you couldn't back up in time with this Magneto ult, which was boosted by a Mantis speed boost. So it's much harder to block, and you also shielded nobody. Realistically, I think. Who did you even shield? You got the Groot who's taking like no damage. Yeah, see the Groot still is taking basically no damage. Now he's taking damage because you're missing a support. See what I mean? See what their Magneto did? He backed up the second he ulted, and then shielded. He shielded super early, but you could have killed early with your shield. Your ult there was also bad. Why was your ult there bad? Let's think about it. Number 1, people have Mantis overshield, meaning you need to do more damage in order to get a kill. That's bad. We want to do the least amount of damage possible to get a kill. Secondly, one of your support is dead, which means they need to have time to get back. So unless you kill supports, your ult's a waste. That's number 2. It's much better for your entire team to die there. After your supports died, ideally, of course, you walk back as safely as possible. It's much better for your entire team to die than for you to waste a cooldown that's really important like your ult. Secondly, they have an Iron Man who has not ulted. Easiest way to counter him, mag ult it. Same thing if they had a Punisher or a Star-Lord or a Hela. There's 3 defensive cooldowns on your team now. You need to keep that in mind. It's the 2 support ults and the Magneto ult. It's as much offensive in order to counter Cloak and Dagger ult as it is defensive to counter every single other ult. What I do in general is I don't ult supports if they also have a mag, because he can counter it almost 100% of the time. I ult the supports if the max cooldowns are down and know it for a fact. I don't have support ults and I need to counter it. Because again, it's Magneto ult. It takes up damage, it takes up healing, it takes up pressure. I think Flats already said it. You don't need to kill with it if you can do that. But right now, you're doing much of nothing with your ult. You're wasting the cooldown. You're not ready to counter a Cloak and Dagger ult or an Iron Man ult. So you kind of just shot nothing into 2 shield tanks. It's just lack of value. So your first ult has been bad. Again, you're kind of shooting the tanks. You're kind of like lost here. Like, this is where I'm seeing you being lost. You're popping your team up, knowing you need to back up, so you don't want to be shooting. Yeah, so this is just you panicking because you don't know what to do. Your ult didn't do anything. But again, I think I explained pretty much quite well what the issues were and where you could have improved there. So multiple of those decisions are going to make subsequent decisions much easier. So let's skip ahead here.
Better stop that vehicle! They've made it halfway! Stop them!
See, also, as I said earlier, also, what is this long-ass way of getting to point? What is this? Just walk straight here, walk to the left side onto the bridge. I don't know what you people are doing, going to second to third point. But yeah, as I said here, look how much longer everybody has to wait because you delayed your death with the ults after your support died and you lost the cooldowns and stuff like that. So it delays the second fight so much and gives them so much space to the point they're pushing onto the bridge part of the second point. So all this is value, all this is thing that happens after another thing, just a snowball effect. Let's continue.
I shall not be removed so
See, I don't know why everybody's positioning on the wrong side here, kind of giving up second point. But again, everybody's waiting for you as well. So, what did you? Hold up, what did you write?
I shall not be removed so easily.
Right. So don't right click across the map unless it's finishing a kill. Use the right click to combo with your primary fire. Right. So gauge the distance with your primary fire. Once that hits, then do the right click. Don't just right click out of nowhere. It's maybe gonna give you more damage, but it's not because you're not confirming a combo. It's just waste of a cooldown. Yeah. You know what you could be doing there? Popping your team up and then shooting, creating some actual pressure. You're shielding again. See, you gotta look at what you're shielding. You don't just pop it up. Same thing with Strange, Strange is kind of good to gauge that stuff with because you're constantly canceling it and mailing it. On Magneto, it's an actual cooldown, so you want to block actual stuff like ults, like proper damage, a lot of poke. You're blocking a Squirrel charging her, not that's not much. Again, using the right click for nothing. Again, using the right click for nothing. See, imagine if you had your shield here and could have blocked all of the ult while the rest of your team kills the Squirrel ult. That would have been great. And now you're popping your team up when you have no HP, no shield, and your team is dead. This is just not a waste of a cooldown because it's gonna be back when you come back from death. But what's the gameplay here, Jeff? This is one of those freeze frames where you go, oh, you're wondering how I got into this situation, and you're dead. So, last 2 fights, almost completely on you. Keep that in mind. Not blocking the Magneto ult, being in a terrible position to do so, and then delaying yourself and everybody in your team with your death, wasting your shield, poking nothing, and then just not using your team up to poke is what I meant, and then just folding over like a lawn chair again.
Invulnerable.
Which means you're most likely going to lose second point because your team has already given up.
I shall not be removed
Luckily, the enemy team isn't pushing that hard, but again, look, you're super staggered, you're confused which way you want to go, you're bubbling nothing. See, this is what I mean. Imagine if you went primary fire into a melee cancel, not a melee cancel, primary fire into right click cancel to another primary fire, you would have gotten that kill without any other need for damage because their supports weren't there. This is so crucial with the aim stuff that you were talking about. Look at this. See, This is why you always primary fire first. You had absolutely no clue the squirrel was going to be there. You're just right-clicking here out of pure aura, getting a lucky click. Imagine if you did the same thing with your primary fire, kind of poked her, actually aimed, right-clicked, and then another primary fire. With the damage from your Moonlight, you would have gotten the kill. And you would have actually done a big play there. Or a big play, but you know, an actual play yourself. Now, the Strange is walking up. You're ignoring him and poking. Keep in mind, that's the Strange. He's going up. He's setting up for an ult. You're the one with the shield and the bubbles and all the cool stuff. Don't just ignore him. Back the fuck up.
Toes, here they come.
It doesn't matter if he's going to use it or not. Keep that in mind. You have no idea what his cooldowns are. Unless he just fucking used it, you have no idea when he has it back. Always, always, always back up and make sure your team is protected. That's your job.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good
Okay,
time.
don't bubble when you're full HP and there's just a singular Strange in front of you. That's a waste of a cooldown. You love wasting cooldowns. You heard an Iron Man move back. Keep that in mind. You can't bomb rush here. You gotta protect your team, especially the Cloak and Dagger.
Maximum pulse!
You're lucky he missed. You had no clue where he was, but you heard him spatially on the right side a couple of seconds ago. Be mindful of that. Be mindful of that.
Turn around, they're sneaking up on us.
Again, when you have a Gambit ult, pop your team up, you get even more cool damage stuff. You build your ult charge even quicker, and you can maybe actually pressure and kill the supports. He gets the jump boost, and jump boost gives you extra momentum, so you can actually get to the backline quicker and just like poke from high ground. When you jump here, like on high ground, it's much easier to aim down than it is up, so that's advantage. See, this is where you're not mindful of your HP at all. You see yourself at 650 HP, see a single Strange shooting at you once, you're like, oh, I gotta bubble this. You're over here at 200 HP, 270 HP. You're walking at their entire fucking team, not utilizing cover at fucking all, having no clue where the rest of your team is. You do not give a single damn. You're not getting healed or pocketed. You're not getting a notification for that. You're just walking and praying. No bubble usage, no shield usage. You're so, like, different about those two things. It's kind of silly. Like, when you're full HP, don't bubble. When you're low, maybe bubble and back up a little bit. That was an actual good bubble usage. But it's mostly because the enemy team is bad and isn't pressuring you enough. Because, like, all three of those motherfuckers have a support ult they're just ignoring and vibing and letting you pressure them. This is the enemies making a bad choice, not you.
We are
Also, as for aim there, you're trying to focus the squirrel. Your aim is relatively fine. You're missing more than you're hitting. Not that big of a deal. More practice, you're going to get better at it.
undefeatable.
Shoot the squirrel. Your mag. I mentioned it multiple times in so far. You have splash damage. Splash damage, great against squirrel. You still get some damage on it. Doesn't have that much HP either. Nice shield to protect your... See, that's one of the rare moments, I think, like the second so far, where you've actually used your shield to protect your teammates.
But
I can look how perfect this is to just showcase how many mistakes you've made in such a small... Oh, this is so perfect. We're gonna slow this down and go back. So, I'm gonna slow it even more.
Help.
Look at this poor little mantis that has pistol for HP that you're just ignoring over there. One right click, one primary fire, she's so dead. You're focused on the two tanks. Why? You're not Wolverine, bro. You're not him. Just kill the support. Luckily, your Emma is over there doing mind nonsense and just killing her. But, like, if those two knew how to play the game, they would have blocked. You know? So, don't focus. Just eliminate the support as quickly as you can every single time. This is the second time I'm doing one of these reviews. Every single time. Focus the supports. Next mistake.
Oh, God.
You see your Cloak and Dagger in front of two tanks. The one you protected earlier. And your brain is not going, oh shit, she might be in trouble. Right? So you're not focusing the support to kill her. You're not focusing on protecting your support. You're just shooting a mag.
By the eye
You
of
see this
Agamotto.
thing, and instead of being closer, moving forward to shield, you're just vibing. You have the cooldown for the bubble off. You already used it on. You know, it's fine. But another thing you can do is you can stand in front, bubble yourself, and block stuff. That's also cool. So, you're backing up,
Toe.
forcing yourself to ult, because you're not... Actually, did you bubble her? Wait, what is this? No, that's your shot. Never mind. Sorry, the VFX confused me. Because you shouldn't have bubbled her. You're ulting here, and it's like, look, you were ahead of this cloak and dagger a couple of seconds earlier. So if you were where the cloak and dagger was still, without ulting, you could have just shielded this ult and not given a single damn. Then you ult to counter the damage that he could be doing, or anybody could be doing to your cloak and dagger. Looking for the mantis that you forgot to kill.
You cannot hurt me.
Looking where to shoot. Not fully charging here for no reason. There's no reason not to fully charge here. You have no reason to shoot anything earlier. You're giving your cloak and dagger more time to recover. You can see it there, cloak and dagger, right there, having zero clue what's happening. You choose to end early, shoot the mag for a little bit of poke damage. If you just shifted your eyes to the left, charged a little bit more, shot at the clagger, she would have been dead. So many decision-making mistakes that end up with your support unnecessarily dead, you wasting a second ult that you used this entire game, and them regaining the pressure that you guys were taking. And your support's dead, so who's also gonna die? By random melee cancel bubbles? Yeah, you might not die here. Your Emma might die though. Yeah, you're behind.
Like I'll be
Yeah.
hitting our people now.
You're
Magneto.
behind a couple of people there. Chat. You're paying zero attention to the Squircle that's been shooting at you the entire time. You're like, huh, that tickles. What shot me? Oh, Squircle. Hello. So yeah, so many mistakes there as a tank player. None of it came down to mechanics. Not a single thing there was about your mechanics, your skill at shooting, your skill at aiming. 100% of that was your lack of game sense. Number one, how to use the protection. Number two, who to target. Number three, who to target again. Number four, when to ult. Number five, who is shooting at you and from where. So many mistakes so easily avoided by just having better game sense. Zero mechanical skill required to make that play better. Like I can tell you what to do earlier in the exact same sequence without changing a single bit of your mechanical skill. You win that fight every single time.
Some uninvited guests.
Mutants always rise again.
Better stop that vehicle!
What are we bubbling? Again, can we not waste cooldowns? I beg of you. I know I'm not talking to you regularly, like in real time right now, but don't waste your bloody cooldowns. I beg of you. Especially not on Magneto. Don't shield the second you go up there. Take some poke. It's fine. You're mag. You have a bubble. You have a shield. Take some poke when you're taking a lot of poke shield. Also, I didn't mention earlier, but it did happen. You went from a Groot to an Emma. Same dynamic applies. You're the one protecting the Emma. You're the one off-angling. She's the one pushing up. You only push up to kill the supports, but you got to be holding space behind the Emma so she doesn't have to start backpedaling, and so you can protect your backline. So, your Emma starts backing up, right? What you need to be doing is recognizing you got to be behind her. Because look how much damage you've taken. Now, you might get a lucky kill here because of the Namor ult. Because she is getting stunned, the Invisible Woman, and getting almost killed. But again, look how much damage you're taking. If that Namor ult doesn't come out, you're probably dead there. Unless you bubble and shield and get a lot of healing and stuff like that. And you're not focusing on her. So you had to waste your bubble. You're shooting down. You're still ignoring the Invisible Woman, by the way.
Now or never! Stop that!
Yeah, so you didn't block off the... Like, you need to pay attention to who the most priority target was there. You had a lot of time to process the information to know that the Invisible Woman is low HP. You want to shoot her instantly when you see the Namor ult go off. They range shielded, which is fine, but then you let her walk for free while you're shooting on the other side with zero pressure on her. Even shooting in her vicinity helps like redirect your team over there. And then you're still pushing up with low HP. This is not safe. You didn't get the Gambit ult, so you gotta play a little bit back. Nice shots there. Good game. See, this is not, I'm gonna just repeat the point really quickly. Don't bubble nothing like you did there. That's 1. Don't shoot the Magneto ult. That's 2. Don't look at the Magneto like, oh my god, like that fucking meme with Willem Dafoe looking up. Look at your supports. Shield the support that's in danger, and then bubble the support that's in danger. Shield the other support. Late. Don't shield instantly. Shield as late as possible. So hold it, and then you can hold the entire duration of it. So hold for like a second or 2. Then put it up and then hold it into the entire duration. He just has to hit you. Okay, so I'm gonna just correct myself real quick. I just gotta check who you bubbled here one more time. Because if you bubbled the Gambit, that's kind of fine. No, you bubbled Emma, who's full HP. Never mind, that's not fine. Yeah, see this. Oh, sorry. This shooting at a Maggle. Why? No, bad. See, all of this time while you're focusing on a Magneto, there's like 2 other people are killing. Their Star-Lord is bullying your supports. Your bubble that was used for nothing is now on cooldown, not being able to use. There's no pressure on him. I know Star-Lord is really hard to hit, but let's say on an off chance you do hit him, that's a lot of pressure on him. That's him wasting cooldowns. It's him out of position, especially with a right click. See, this is another thing that's going to make your aiming a lot easier on like almost every character. If you go into practice range and try to shoot, there's like that little robot that like flies back and forth. If you stand directly underneath him and shoot him, you're gonna miss a lot of shots. But if you position yourself far away from him at an angle where you're not looking exactly up, but when you're looking at an angle, like 45 degrees, 30 degrees range, you're gonna be hitting way more shots. That's been a lot of your issue with flyers here, like flying targets, or people who are moving in the air. You're shooting up basically straight up, which makes it much harder. So like, try to get that angle. It's gonna get you a lot better at aiming.
That won't turn into...
Also, stop using these fucking bubbles non-stop, bro. They're not on garden sale. This is really fucking useful ability, please.
Now an extra protection.
You stop them in their tracks.
Now, stop spamming your right click. I know this is not live. Stop spamming your right click. Ooh, nice shot. Imagine if you had your right click. See, this is good. You recognized you were not getting healed, right? You pop your shield, start backing up. Really good job. This is like the 3rd good shield usage you've had the entire game. And then the terrible bubble.
Only 60 seconds left.
Look at these bubbles not being used. You're probably gonna get a roll over here. Gambit ult, they didn't use all the cloak ult properly. Shame you don't have bubbles here or shields. Yeah, so the reason you get really hectic in fights and you can't really calm down is because you waste your cooldowns too much. This has been like a prime example of you just being completely confused what's happening in a team fight. Why? Oh, I gotta bubble this, I gotta bubble that, I gotta waste cooldowns. Oh my god, and a shield, and this and that, and oh shit, now I'm getting scrolled altered. Oh my fucking god, what am I gonna do? You get confused and overwhelmed because you don't have the resources you have as a mag. Number 1 resource on every character is health. If you have health, especially on attacks, if you have health, you can hold position. If you're not getting healed, you don't have as much health, back up. Don't waste cooldowns on you unless you need to, unless there's a lot of poke happening. So you bubble nothing, somebody who's just doing nothing. Bubble yourself for nothing. Shield it, nothing. Your cooldowns came back mid-fight. You did the same cooldown rotation, did nothing again with it. Then you're left in a position where you should be calming yourself down with the Gambit ult, getting a little bit of healing, resetting, repositioning with your cooldowns, and just resetting, because they have a stronger support ult there, because you're under a lot of pressure. Gambit ult doesn't heal that much. Cloak and Dagger ult heals a lot. right? So unless you have an ult that's going to kill through it or a lot of pressure damage, everybody's full HP and stuff like that, and it happened at the same time, then you can fight into it. But you're already poked, they're already pushing, just reset, just calm down. It's fine. There's no reason to be that scared of everything when you're a Magneto. You have a bubble for yourself, a bubble for your teammate, a shield, 650 HP, a push, all of these really useful cooldowns, right? So your job needs to be to calm the situation down, back up, let him take space. That Cloak and Dagger ult wasn't pushing into your spawn or like insanely deep that you needed to take the space. Just let them give him some space. It's fine. Reset, give space, then reset, push again. That's completely fine. So this is where you're getting this like hectic situation in your head where you can't do much because you're so overwhelmed by the amount of stuff happening because you're wasting your cooldowns and you're not managing them really well. So if you just like shielded the most important targets, support, in this case Cloak and Dagger, or the Gambit, but Cloak and Dagger because Gambit halted, and you don't know if you know, and then backing up, shielding the huge amount of poke happening at the same time. Once that's down, you can bubble yourself if you're still low, continuously backing up. You back up too late as well. So like just give space when they're doing a lot of stuff and your team isn't. That's just like super easy, super simple. Your team is staggering, so I want to see you wait until your team is back up here before you do it.
Don't
The
give
way your
them
teammates
another
are.
inch,
Good.
or else.
By the eye
So,
of Agamotto.
by the way, I just want to mention, you were so scared. Also, you're not paying attention here much. You were so scared of them taking space earlier that you gave them almost the entire point right here, right? Also, Eye of Agamotto, you're not paying attention to it. Your Cloak and Dagger is ulting. You want to be there to bubble her, but you got to pay attention to what else is happening. The Strange ult happened. Your Gambit's going to die here most likely. No, he lived because of the Cloak and Dagger ult, I think. Or his own ult. Nice. I would have gone a little bit safer, waited a little bit longer because of the Cloak fade, but this is pretty good. You ulted, isolated the support, got the support behind everybody. You know why this is good? You know their strangers in fucking Narnia. You know their max cooldowns are fucking down. Perfect. Let me nuke a support. And now I'm focusing the other support. So this, so you were saying that this is also an issue with you. So let's cover it a little bit. Let me just go back. Shooting up close.
Oh, cold.
Right here. Angle it down. They're up close to you, angle it down. Much, so basically, when you're angling it up, right, your camera, you're making the amount of space that they're taking up on your screen smaller. When you angle it down, you're making it bigger, so it's much easier to hit. So if you just here, angle it down, even more down, you can actually kill her. Again, the right click, so you're panicking too much. Make a little bit of space, move a little bit back, angle your camera down, shoot at their legs, their butt cheeks, whatever, body, you're much easier gonna kill. Also, another option, block the heals from the enemy mag and kill him. Like, it doesn't really matter here, it's not gonna change much, but like, you were asking about this specifically. So, angle your camera down, make a little bit of space, you're not gonna miss any shot. Also, maybe a little bit of, you know, just a tiny pinch of sensitivity on your mouse or whatever. I just love the panic bubble. It's so hilarious.
I won't turn down extra
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
No TP. Let's go on to attack.
All you need to do is capture the mission
I won't cover attack
Got it?
as much because we already talked a lot, and I think we can see a lot of your issues here. Okay. Number one thing. Oh, shoot. Number one. How the fuck did you get that? Number one thing. They have a penny. Walk on the opposite side to break the nest. That bloody simple. Don't go through main. There's a big ass opening over here. Walk your team through there. Kill the nests. Walk. Simple. Again, bubbling full HP Groots is really fun. I get it, but like, let's not do it. And one more thing. Not using the team up. And one more thing. You heard the Bucky hook. Stand in front of your Groot and shield it. See, imagine if you bubble your Groot now, and like he didn't get into those mines, or like imagine the penny if you. Okay, let me slow down. Imagine if you didn't waste the bubble in the penny, on nothing, and then the penny actually had a trap set up there, and your Groot just fucking dies. Right? That's really bad. I love that you're focusing on the nest, though. That's pretty nice. You're in a decent position here. But you're taking too much poke. You're too focused on the nest. Right? Look at the amount of damage you've taken there because you haven't reset. You need to recognize your team is not pushing up. I got a backup. They have a dive character now and stuff like that. So you're probably gonna die now. Oh, good job by your rocket. Or your gambit. Yeah, your gambit. Okay, I get it. Oh, we understand. A nest is a priority. Surviving there is even more of a priority. Or reset a little bit. You can shoot the nest in a couple of seconds. Reset, get your health back, and then shoot the nest. Don't just tunnel vision. It's never helpful to do. And this is why it's not healthy. She's gonna get the nest back before you come back from this. See, I like that you're shooting here, but you should recognize backing up is a good, smart choice here.
Maximum pulse!
This is a perfect example of stop using your cooldowns for nothing. What are we blocking here with our Magneto shield, please?
Maximum!
So there's a buck you're reloading, right? A penny mine's doing nothing, and an Iron Man who was standing still pretty much, and then starts maximum pulsing, and you start shielding. Shield the end of it. Don't shield nonsense.
Pulse! Turn around, they're sneaking up.
Alternatively, I don't know if you have it, bubble yourself and body block them. See, you pulled yourself out of the way. If your support got hit by that, that was a really bad thing, right? Luckily, the Iron Man shot a terrible. Bubble the Groot! No! You love bubbling the Groot when he's full HP, but not when he's about to die. Type of thing. At least you're using the team up now. Nice bubble. Jump. You see you jump. Okay, this might be just lack of knowledge with Gambit. Yeah, but you should be jumping. Also, I don't see you jump in general much. Probably should get into nice little like jumping habit for like actual competitive in like high-elo and in like professional play. It's not that good because like people get used to the pattern, but like just making yourself like move your head around makes headshots harder and just like makes you like a more mobile target. Also, when you're jumping, you can kind of hold a little bit of momentum from that jump, so you can just like evade some stuff easier, especially in the Gambit ult. In Gambit ult, you can just jump over all of those mines and get into the backline to where your Gambit did. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you just probably don't know that yet.
Magneto's defeat.
Dying to penny mines. You and Groot both walked in. That's depressing.
These fighters don't like the dark. Get in here,
This is your team doing kind of poorly.
Mutants always rise again. I unite myself again. Taking charge.
They got behind you.
I'm speeding this up because there's not much happening. I'm just looking at your aim in general. I don't think your aim is that bad. I really don't think it's that bad. Your 49% accuracy is because you miss a lot. But I think you can fix that by just like calming yourself down a little bit and just, you know, shooting once the target is in your reticule and not non-stop shooting. Just don't hold the button non-stop and just wait to actually see something to shoot. Because Mag has 10 bullets, and then his reload speed is really slow and you can't cancel it. I mean, you can, kind of, but it's like saving 0.3 seconds, which is nothing. So just don't hold your shoot button non-stop. Unless you're actually like getting those shots, it's kind of useless. Just gonna wait it out a little bit and just re-aim them. See, that shield was great. That shield effectively did what I was wanting you to do much earlier, blocking the heals from the Venom. I don't think you meant to do that. I think you just kind of wanted to block damage, but like you can see how effective it actually is. Even just for that little bit of couple of seconds, he just gets bursted. Your cloak and dagger definitely does. Yeah, let's bubble the hell out. It's taking no damage because nobody's looking at her. Stop walking behind your Hela. You need to take space. She's gonna
Destroy the spider.
no, she just didn't. I guess that was a misclick because she got panicked. Was your shield down? Yeah.
Magneto.
Yeah, you should have recognized earlier that your cloak and dagger died and started backing up, and then because then you would have forced your Hela to back up much quicker, and then you should have recognized that your other support also died.
Defeat. Hurricane incoming.
And so should your entire fucking team. I don't know why everybody's just popping
This
those
is real firepower!
very slowly. But we're focusing on you.
Mutants always rise again.
Shaka got a kill too. And oh, so
It's spider time!
again, this is the little reckless thing we've been talking about.
Only
They
60
wasted.
seconds left.
Nice shot. You're using that like AOE burst I was talking about. Oh my god, it took you this bloody long to realize you can go from this side. And look how instantly that one decision breaks the hold. Look how instantly that breaks it. Your Hell is able to go in and ult. You get the breakage of the nest because the fucking entire front page is like front choke is open. See how much easier that could have been if you just did it earlier. You're leading these shots really well on a like relatively stationary target, but this is like really good leading. Please stop using the right click.
Us against the world!
Ult? Are we ulting close?
Down to 30 seconds!
That was a really bad ult. Really bad ult. You ult a cloak and dagger instantly there. Why? No Mag, no Strange, no Hulk, no Groot, no Emma. Nothing to block the ult. She has to hide behind a pillar, wasting a little bit of her ult. And when the way she was moving, you could have easily tracked that and just killed her, negating that ult. Secondly, you ulted way too late. Secondly, you didn't even aim for her. You didn't even force the fade and then go for her. You just went, shot it at the ground and like prayed. Luckily got the Bucky. So that ult was really, really bad. I think that's like a really bad ult from you, and I think that's something you need to work on because this is the third ult I think I've seen you do, or maybe fourth, but I haven't seen a single valuable ult this entire game from you. This one got a kill, but that doesn't make it a valuable ult. Did I go up or back? I went up. Let's go one more. So this is when you ult. At the end, she can fade it. And you just insta-pop it. No clue if it's going to kill or not. You're just praying and shooting. Nice. See, aim good. Like, your aim is actually fine. You just got to, like, calm down, get a target, focus the target. It's actually fine. See, just a little bit of bleeding, but you got there in the end. That's completely fine. You missed like 1 or 2 shots there. It's fine.
Another soul.
Maximum pulse!
What was that? No sleeping on the job. You heard the Iron Man. It doesn't matter your hell covered it, but it's fine. Somebody's messaging you. I can already smell it.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
See, you know how before when this situation was flipped, you already took space? Why you're not taking a space when you could be taking space? Right, you know they're pushed up, you know they have a penny, you know the penny wants to set up. If you had gone from the sides, force your team to go on the sides, you would have prevented this penny from making such an easy setup here, and look how protected they are now. Unnecessary but good bubble. Unnecessary because you know the Iron Man ult is down. You know the only thing that's scary is Bucky pulling her out or penny mines. She already went through the penny mines, so like you need to bubble her late there, not early. Nice, lucky, nice. Nice job to turn around and shoot the amplifier. Walk in here. So this is where you know you kill the support. Know you kill the DPS. Walk the fuck in and pressure the other support instantly. Make sure this hell is never dying. Make sure you're getting that other support. See, the thing they can do now is to shoot the Hela, maybe, this or that. If you pressure them, they can't do it. I mean, they don't have the facilities to do it here. Because, you know, both supports are dead, there's no shield tank, yada yada. In general, just keep in mind that stuff. But nice job, break this nest. And you guys let their Cloak and Dagger run free unless the Hela gets her here. Overall good. See, this is where you need to bubble your Hela as she's dropping down, because you know that she was already not full HP, and you know there's a penny ult happening. This is where you use a bubble just to protect somebody exiting their ultimate. And this is a part of the map. This is map knowledge. You need to understand the map flips here. You're pushing the payload the other way around. So they're going to be chasing, you're going to be defending, that type of like reverse dynamic. So you gotta be like more mindful of like when the map is switching, when you gotta like position. But that's map knowledge, it's gameplay knowledge. Map as well. I respect the bubble and Strange there that you did out of panic. However, this protects him from and cancels the Bucky ult. So this is completely fine, but it's panic bubble. Do it when he's a little bit lower in HP, so it actually gets more value. Ooh, what is this? What is this? What is this? Whoa. What happened here, sir? Like, you kind of completely froze. What happened here? So, you know the Bucky is there, right? You shield a Strange, right? And you let the Bucky walk past you. Why do you do that? Whole space. This is the thing that I was saying. You're walking forward when you shouldn't be, and you're walking backward when you shouldn't be. Never let the enemy walk behind your team like this, because on this map, let me see if I can let me bring this up. Pan forward, pan backward, rotate camera. Where's the free camera thing? Bird eye view, free camera C. All right, this is okay. Sure. This is the free camera view. All right, there you go. So this is the angle where your team is going to be coming up next, right? Not through the bottom choke, because you already went past that. So you want to be holding this choke until your team can reposition, right? Your supports are over here, right? And they really can't get you in there, and you can't get in there yourself, right? So like you running in here just positions you poorly, because you got to walk through a penny, a venom, a mine, a this, a Bucky, all that. So if you just go up here, right? Like up here, you can use this cover, shield, bubble, then then walk up here, right? Drop down if necessary, or your supports can reposition. Your Strange can shift up. He has ult. He has the supports on him. So this is the way you should be walking. The way you position is you let the Bucky walk past you. So you're kind of now sandwiched in. So you really can't do much from here. But then this happens where you're like, where's the Bucky? They just walk past me. Oh, there's a nest. Oh no, let me bubble. Let me go deeper into the nest, into the worst position. And you just keep losing yourself here. This is the thing where you're saying, like, this is just completely and utterly game sense. Don't let enemies walk past you. That's really bad, especially if it's not towards your team. Secondly, use the cover as much as you can, and then reset to know where your supports are, so you can position where they are, so you can get bubbles and help. Through the path of least resistance, not the path of most resistance. So not through the enemy team, away from the enemy team. This is really sad because like you did a decent play, your team did a decent play,
In
and
his
then you
final
just kind of
moments,
folded over because
did
you didn't
Magneto
reposition the
feel
time.
regret?
Lucky draw. Leave them to
Against the world!
I shall not be removed so easily.
Let's pop back
Right.
up.
So you know half your fucking team is dead. You know they cloak and dagger ulted. Only thing you have one job here, and that's one job. One, make sure nobody else dies to the cloak and dagger ult. Number one priority being your Hela. That's it. No other job. See, you're shooting there, right? Instead of immediately looking where your Hela is, bubbling the Hela. But here you're in a good position where you can shield. If you're not doing, you bubble the Hela. But here you want to shield and then bubble. Not bubble and shield because of the delay time and you having to reposition and look, opening the poke from the enemy.
Only 60
Just wait this out. Just wait this out.
seconds left.
Good. Now walk. You know what's a cool thing with Mag here? You don't have an ult to counter. You know Bucky ulted. You know Cloak and Dagger ulted. If Rocket has an ult or doesn't, that doesn't matter. Ult. I want to see you ult right here. Pressure them so far back. Nuke at least one person. Right. Their tanks abandon their supports so you can get away with it. Imagine how big your ult would have been if their supports stay in the position they were and you just have the damage boost from Gambit. No, don't panic. Oh, Lord. This is all panic. This is all panic. This is like me dangling a keychain in front of you and being a little kitty and just going like, oh my god, keys. Look at this. You get pulled, bubble and back up. Why are you immediately going like, okay, where do I shoot now? Oh, nest. You're still in the penny nest. You're getting Scroller ulted. You're shielding a penny nest. What are you doing? Just reset. Calm down. Yeah, I think whenever you see stress, you focus on the first thing that's in front of you, and that's it. You tunnel vision. I think you can improve this greatly. I think you're really close because you do make some decent decisions. Number one thing here, and I beg of you, just calm yourself down in every single situation. Just be as calm as possible, and just look at the threat. Look how to disengage it when you're under pressure. That's it. You're gonna be playing so much better. Just calm down. You're panicking too much. The second something big happens, you panic. You look at the first thing that you can. You're like, oh my god, there's a penny nest. Shield it, shoot it. What am I doing? Instead of just backing up, bubbling yourself, backing up and shielding. And you live there, right? So you just gotta calm down. You just gotta calm down.
Found me someone to fight. Armed and...
Time for some fire.
By the way, I think you're pretty much realizing here, and I think you know it yourself, you pretty much got carried by your team. And the reason your stats from earlier are so low is because you're spending a lot of time dead for no reason. And a lot of time you're not poking when you should be poking. You're not soaking up damage when you should be and could be soaking up damage. And then the second you start actually soaking up damage, you're just dying. So that's why the stats from the start are actually low.
Time!
Also, kudos on your team for like keeping this stuff alive and pressuring. Nice shots. Your aim is decent. Your aim is great there. Like this is great. This is how you should be opening almost every single fight. This is like the first time you've opened up a fight with your team up that's actually been really well done.
I have not seen so many spiders since...
Sorry, let me slow this down. By the way, you know for a fact you killed one of their supports, the one with the res. Why are you not ulting early to stop all of this pressure and push your team through the choke point? This is where mag ults is really useful. It's not just about countering. It's about pressure. It's about soaking up damage and healing. This is the value you can be getting as Magneto.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Okay, you do not need to be sitting in front of this nested hitter. You can also focus on other stuff. I just love how in this helo, everybody's like, oh my god, penny nest. We gotta protect it. We gotta shoot it. It's so funny.
They're sneaking up on us. Magneto.
See right there? You're just kind of lost. You have no idea what's happening. Just calm down, observe the full situation, then make decisions.
Showing the
Don't funnel
kids
it.
how it's done.
Oh my god, stop using the right click. Okay, number one homework assignment. Go into the practice range, shoot your normal shots, and then spam your right click when you're out of full charge. Tell me what does more damage.
Help.
And why you shouldn't be spamming it. Why are you letting your tank, your DPS and everything be ahead of the choke instead of you? Bad. What if they just shoot, randomly have a Hela and they just 2-tap your Hela or your Cloak and Dagger or whatnot? And then you transition. See, you can already see how your gears are turning. You're positioning this way so you can lead on this side, but you're not leading out on the other side. Small mistake, easy fix. Also, 3 people on cart is the max amount of push. You're a tank, take space immediately, let the other people push on the cart. If they C9, they C9, that's not your fault. Don't right click first, already said that. You heard a BP, look at your supports, you're the bubble man. Please ult here. By the way, this is the 3rd time I've told you to please ult. First time was when your Gambit ulted the last time. So, like, your Gambit got 2 ults off before you got 1.
Us against the world.
Maybe we'll ult the Cloak and Dagger. Same thing happened as your previous ult. Very low value, very fucking late. Didn't counter a support ult. Didn't counter anything. Just killed the BP without cooldowns. He was retreating.
Double kill.
Decent bubble to protect your support out of position. Decent shots in the Cloak and Dagger. By the way, I just want to reiterate, you haven't had a good ult this entire match. That's fine. Take space. Don't be scared of this Penny Mine bullshit. She's ulting. All the damage she does is not charging her ult. If you keep taking damage from this, your healers are getting their ult charge for literally free, which is amazing. So whenever somebody's ulting, the damage they do with the ult is not building up their ult charge, which means all of that damage, if your team heals all of that damage back up, that's just free ult charge for your supports. Always take free damage. If it's free, it's free. We love it.
Such power.
Make sure your fucking Hela doesn't die like a stupid person. How are you gonna make sure? Nobody clue. Just you take the damage, you walk the space so she doesn't do it. And then your supports are already in the mode of healing, so they also heal her. You can't just stop her.
So cold.
That's unfortunate. Let's see how you react to this, knowing both of your DPS are dead. So you hear a BP, both of your DPS are dead, you bubble the full HP Strange, who has a shield of his own, instead of either of the supports, just for the memes. Same way, we prioritize heals when we're attacking, we prioritize heal when we're defending. Both of those things are our priority as a tank. We focus poking the backline, we focus peeling the backline. Not bubbling a full HP Strange who has his own shield. So, instead of hitting her here, you know what you should have done? Turn around to their team as she's walking up and just shield. That stops all the healing. Your team is more than capable of killing a solo Squirrel.
Sneaking up on her.
Only 60 seconds left.
So, we have realized they have Penny. We have realized there's an opening on the right side, but Squirrel Girl just left open fully for you. You saw the Penny putting down mines. You don't bubble. You're shooting a Venom. You're not poking the backline. You're walking into the mines and dying. All of this is preventable. None of this is aim. None of this is skill. None of this is a big hectic team fight. This is just 101. Penny, mines, take an off path. Poke the supports. Maybe kill him, maybe not. Penny backs up. Kill the mines. Simple.
His final moments. Did Magneto
Tremble before.
By the way, I could be looking at everybody else in your team. They probably have made plenty of mistakes like you have. So has the enemy team. I can be looking at so many of those things. I'm just focusing on you because you can only focus on yourself. The advice I'm giving you is going to work throughout the game, throughout the levels, everything like that. It's not just for this match. It's not just for this level, stuff like that. So don't think I'm just harping on you too much in terms of like, oh my god, you're so bad. No, this is a gold elo or silver elo. None of you are going to be, you know, God's gift to Earth or whatnot, you know. You're not going to be playing for Navi or anything like that. But on the other hand, you can still make these little these little changes that can fix these little mistakes that can keep you climbing up, getting to better lobbies, learning more and playing better. If that is what you care about. By the way, you taking those mines there made sure that your cloak and dagger can ult freely, so maybe that was a good play.
This is real firepower!
Okay, so I've said it multiple times, I know, but like every single time I see it, I want to say it. Don't lead with your right click, lead with primary fire, right click later, right click only when you can secure a kill or your team can secure a kill. First. Right click first only when those things happen. Nice. Jump.
Another
Down to 30 seconds.
Yeah, we'll learn that eventually. I trust you. By the way, you saw the Venom holding it. You're like, oh, let me look at this beautiful map. That bubble was right there, by the way. That ensured he died. Also, you could have probably bubbled another person, so even more so ensured he dies. Didn't need it there. You think you assess the situation of the moment. By the way, your habit of spamming right click, just give him shield and help him survive. Don't get into the habit. Get out of it.
The final 10 seconds.
I'm a broken record and probably annoying myself to you right now. But hey, me repeating it is gonna help you memorize it. Scroll Stampede, shoot that bitch. Or block her damage so she doesn't shoot your team so they can shoot it.
Initiating your way. You'll have to keep
DPS
waiting
flag,
until
I
we
love
have a winner.
You can shield instead of bubbling your strange so he doesn't get interrupted here, by the way, when you don't have it. So you can just walk in front of him where he's Ivagamotoing, block it. Yeah, see, this is you not having a clue where the supports are, so you're not bubbling, you're not shielding and stuff like that. But overall, this is pretty much fine. This is fine. Not a big fault of you for dying there. You could have just maybe ensured the strange was more protected when he ulted, and then maybe kill their cloak and dagger yourself, but it's not a big deal. I don't think you did much wrong.
Time!
What I would do here after that, when you're instantly dead here, the way I said portal earlier, switch to cap, switch to venom to get to point as quickly as possible and hold it slowly. I think you guys lose here, right? No, is there still more play? Nice, you guys recaptured it. Good job. I forgot who won this match. Are you gonna right click this? Yeah. It was a 5 right click, mind you. Nice. So this is a position where you could just ult the supports, but it's really good to hold it because you can save it for the next fight, potential ults and stuff like that. So I'm glad you're not ulting here, but this is not really your playstyle to just ult aggressively. Something you should learn when to do and how to do. The moments we explained during this video. But I'm glad you're not making that sort of mistake. You're pressuring a little bit too much here on the supports because you're away from your team here. But it's not too terrible, kind of wasting your cooldown again that I mentioned. Also, keep in mind, your shield is going to be back up much quicker. You can just pop it down instantly when you're under a little bit of pressure, so you don't have to bubble yourself because of the cooldown management there. Bubble is like a lot of pressure, potential CC, oh my god button. Shield is, oh pressure, ooh, oh pressure, ooh, you know. So keep that in mind, cooldown management. See, now when everybody's back up, you can aggressively ult. Maybe they cloak and dagger ult and you kill them early. But also, you don't know the cooldowns of their ults. You're probably not tracking, so it's best to save to counter the support ults because they have the free ults. Instantly ults. This is such a free ult for you. Instantly ults. So, one thing that I already saw that you're confused about, you don't need to see the cloak and dagger or have her be close to you to start ulting. Ult instantly, you get on high ground, you can track her on the battlefield, and then you can shoot at her. It ensures you getting better ult charge, which means you can kill through breakpoints easier, and ensures you have a better view of where she's going to be. You ulted way too late there, so you had poor view, and you didn't have that. This could be a match breaking type of thing. You could have had such a huge free ult here and won us the round easily, or you can get a really bad ult like that and potentially your team loses. But let's see how this happens. Good bubble. Good shot. Great shot. I love the right click into nothing after nothing. Nice. Good job by your team. Don't be afraid to C9 here. Pressure. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Or peel, peel, peel. You're doing neither.
Hell's blade is sharp.
So close. This is your big chance.
Yeah, good job on your team overall. So most of this game was won by your team, not by you. Keep that in mind. I think you're aware of that. That's why we sent me this. Your ult usage is really bad. That's number one. Why play mag if your ults are literally doing nothing? That's one. Your cooldown management is quite bad. You gotta know when to bubble. You gotta know when to shield. Don't bubble full HP targets unless they're CC'd for whatever reason. Don't bubble yourself first. Shield first, bubble second. Or bubble when you know they can CC you, so your shield might not be able to survive you, and you don't have enough time to shield after the bubble. You're not getting enough heals and stuff like that. That's number two. Number four, or whatever. I lost track. But let's say number four. Don't neglect your team up when like the Gambit team up exists right now. It's really strong. Utilize it. This game has really strong team ups. Utilize them whenever you can. Strange portaling on point. Number one thing from earlier. That's another thing you can note, but that's not a mag specific thing. Aim up close. Position yourself to the ground and create some space so you're not meleeing. Not meleeing, but like not in melee range, because like his melee has a little bit of range to it. It's not strictly like right in front of you. There's a little bit of range to it. I said it earlier in the clip. Position to the ground your camera and then pull up a little bit back. When you're aiming up, position again back at a 30-ish degree angle, much easier to hit. Don't spam your right click. It does pistol for damage. It's bad for poke. It reduces your overall damage and potency because your right click is, when fully charged, is a CC that guarantees another shot. Utilize your poke more. The blast radius, the AoE that happens, as well as your primary fire. And make sure your positioning is better around who you're tanking with. When you're tanking with Strange, do the little dance where you exchange HP. I think you were doing that relatively well. When you're off tanking with Emma and Groot, you gotta be in between them and the team, going ahead of them in order to block specific CC or specific damage. Make sure you look at your supports more. You have not been peeling them much, which is really bad. Luckily, this wasn't dive. I assume you do poorly into dive, the way you're playing Mac here. And when there's a big hectic thing happening, the second you want to panic, calm yourself down, back up to the safest position you can have, bubble, shield, reset. Whenever you're in doubt, reset. You're wasting time, you're not wasting life. Whenever you die, more time is wasted. So do not be afraid to waste some time to get more time in return. Because if you die, that's 10 seconds while you're dead. Chances are your teammates might also die, and then you gotta wait for them to respawn, and then time to get back to the point. If you just back up and give them 5 to 10 seconds, you're saving so much time in another way. This is like the general gist of most of the stuff that you can work on here. Your issue's not aim. That's number one. Your issue is definitely not aim. You can improve it. For this elo, you don't need to. That's number one. Number two, try to look for those combos more. Focus on the better targets like the supports. And better ult usage, better game sense. You're going to be climbing. I can guarantee it. Yeah, good luck with that. And